Clint Eastwood's name is firmly associated with westerns, but the American actor's talent is not limited to the genre. The actor for many years of his career has managed to try on a lot of bright characters from the criminal to the romantic. The viewers loved the charismatic, brutal and organic performer on the screen. No less memorable were the master's directorial works. Childhood and youth. Clint Eastwood was born in San Francisco on May 31, 1930. Father Clinton Eastwood Sr. worked in a steel mill. His mother Margaret Ruth Runner worked as an engineer. Clint's parents were devout people, although they attended different churches. His father was a Presbyterian and his mother was a Mormon. As the Great Depression was sweeping America at the time, the family often moved along the West Coast in the hope of finding high-paying jobs. Clint went to junior high and high school in the city of Piedmont. It was here that he first stepped onto the stage of the school theater. A high school attended Oakland Technical School, from which he graduated in 1948. After receiving his high school diploma, the young man got a job at a gas station, later was a fireman, and played the piano in various bars and clubs in California. In 1950, Eastwood Jr. was drafted into the U.S. Armed Forces. He was assigned to an Air Force unit, where Clint underwent flight training. He was supposed to go to war in Korea, but during one of the training flights, Eastwood's plane crashed. The young pilot escaped and managed to swim about 5 km to the shore. After that, it was decided to leave the guy at the training camp as a swimming instructor. After demobilization, Clint went to local college in Los Angeles, but he only studied there for a year, as he decided to follow the advice of fellow students Martin Milner and David Jansen, who recommended that the representative-looking young man to try his hand at acting. Acting career. As a young man, Clint appeared in low-budget horror films, thrillers, and westerns. In 1959, Eastwood played a major role in the television series Rawhide. The project itself did not become particularly popular, but this is where the actor noticed the Italian film director Sergio Leone, who invited the American in 1964 for the role of Joe the Cowboy in his film A Fistful of Dollars. This tape has become popular in Europe and the United States, so out 2 sequels for a few dollars more, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. The latter picture became famous also for the fact that in 2001 the quote of the main character, "I've got sunshine in a bag," was used when creating the single Clint Eastwood of the virtual British band Gorillaz. A later success enjoyed more of those films with Clint, in which he played a bold and determined good guy with a gun. In westerns and police action films, actor continued to play major roles, gradually becoming an icon of these genres. These pictures were High Plains Drifter, Kelly's Heroes, Dirty Harry, and others. Somewhat different from the same type of images of the role of recidivist Frank Morris in the drama thriller Escape from Alcatraz. The film was about the first escape from the impregnable fortress prison Alcatraz, from which it was considered impossible to escape for 30 years since its construction. It was built on an island and isolated from the outside world. The film is based on the biography of bank robber Frank Morris, who was the first to escape from this prison. Director. Almost until the end of '80s, Clint Eastwood remained a kind of icon of cinema, is included in the list of the most popular actors in Hollywood. But then his popularity waned. Later, the actor began to play mostly in films, which he himself served as director. In 1992, the screens went breathtaking western Unforgiven, which brought Clint the long-awaited Oscar for directing, as well as other awards. Eastwood said that he dedicated the picture to Sergio Leone and Don Siegel, who gave him the way into the world of cinema, as well as become the main teachers who influenced the further creation of the American. The work was easy. The shooting took 39 days. Before a month went to work on the construction of the scenery. The idea to create this film Clint hatched a long time, had already bought the script. The actor waited another 10 years to reach the age of his hero, William Manny. The film about the search for justice also starred Gene Hackman and Morgan Freeman. The latter also appeared in another Oscar-winning Eastwood picture, $1 Million Baby, released in 2004, playing there an old boxer. Himself a director, chose for himself the role of coach and promoter, and the image of the main character Maggie embodied on the screen Hilary Swank. In order to the actress to look plausible in the frame, she was working with professional boxers, particularly Lucia Riker, who appeared in the film as Billy, the main rival Meg, and Gene Hackman, who starred in Unforgiven, appeared in 1998 in another Eastwood movie, a crime drama, Absolute Power. He got the image of the U.S. president involved in a scandalous murder, and the director himself appeared before the public as a professional thief and by coincidence witness of the crime. American managed to show that he can shoot not only thrillers and detectives. In 1995, Clint delighted audiences' heartfelt melodrama The Bridges of Madison County, where he played the title role with the brilliant Meryl Streep. A no less striking in the filmography became a director Clint thriller Changeling, which is based on a real event in the late 1920s in the States relating to the abduction and murder of children. Of the role of the main character, Christine Collins, the director had planned to take Hilary Swank or Reese Witherspoon, but later gave preference to Angelina Jolie. Film critics praised this work of Eastwood. The picture was nominated for a number of prestigious film awards. In 2014, the landmark directorial work was the historical drama American Sniper. This film was nominated for an Oscar in 6 categories and won the award for Best Sound Editing. The picture is based on the biography of the sniper of the 3rd SEAL Team from Texas, Chris Kyle, who became the record holder in the number of killed opponents during his service in Iraq and was nicknamed by the Iraqis as the Devil of Ramadi. 2 years later, Clint directed and produced the drama Sully. The film was an adaptation of Chesley Sully Sullenberger and Jeffrey Zaslow's autobiography, A Higher Duty, I Search for What Really Matters, and told the story of the 2009 accident on U.S. Airways Flight 1549. A pilot, Sullenberger, made an emergency water landing on a river in New York City. In the process, 155 people, passengers and crew members survived. The landing was called the Miracle on the Hudson, but instead of gratitude, Sullenberger became the subject of a lawsuit. The drama recounts the events after the landing and the doubts about the hero pilot's actions. The role of Chesley Sullenberger was played by Tom Hanks. Other leading roles were played by Aaron Eckhart and Laura Linney. On the eve of his 90th birthday, the actor once again surprised fans of his work. Clint directed the crime drama The Mule, in which he played the main character. As the actor explained in an interview, the very idea of participation in fantasy films, where there are still big roles for older actors, disgusts him. Otherwise, modern cinema does not give the opportunity to reveal their potential at such an advanced age. The screenplay seemed to the director worthy of adaptation. An elderly American, mired in debt, decides to make extra money on the transport of goods. The old man has no idea that the goods will be drugs. The critics saw in the story echoes of Eastwood's other films Gran Torino, only, unlike its hero, who died defending his friend, the main character in The Mule made a mistake, for which he had to pay dearly. Eastwood's new work premiered in the United States in late 2018. Bright works of the director were the films Richard Jewell, based on real events related to the explosion during the Olympics in Atlanta in the summer of 1996, as well as Cry Macho, where Clint himself played the role of Mike Milo. Personal life. In 1953, before he became a famous actor, Clint Eastwood married the actress Maggie Johnson. They had 2 children, son Kyle Clinton and daughter Allison. Officially, Clint and Maggie divorced in 1984, although they parted much earlier. Back in 1964, the actor had a daughter, Kimber, from a brief affair with a dancer, Roxanne Tunis, and since 1978, within 4 years, Clint lived in a civil partnership with actress Sandra Locke. In 1985, Eastwood met with Jacqueline Reeves, flight attendant, with whom he lived in a de facto marriage of about 3 years. They had 2 children, son Scott and daughter Catherine. In the early 1990s, the actor began dating actress Frances Fisher, who gave birth to his daughter Francesca. In 1995, the couple broke up. In 1996, Eastwood officially married TV host Dina Ruiz, who was 35 years younger than the actor. Another daughter, Morgan, was born in this marriage. There seemed to be peace in the actor's personal life. Clint and Dina lived together until 2013, when his wife filed for divorce because her spouse began cheating on her. After the divorce, the 83-year-old actor began dating actress Erica Fisher. The celebrity's children have chosen creative professions. Eastwood's eldest son Kyle became interested in music and is now a respected jazz musician, on account of which an extensive discography. Allison Eastwood became famous as an actress and producer. A younger son Scott began his professional journey as a model. At one time he collaborated with the brand Hugo Boss, later began to appear on the screens. To his credit, he had roles in the films Suicide Squad, Snowden, Fast and Furious 8. Francesca Eastwood, who became a participant in the reality show Mrs. Eastwood and Company, also gained media fame. In 2013, she won the Miss Golden Globe Award. Hobbies. Clint, besides directing and acting, is also fond of jazz. He even composed several compositions himself, which are played in some of his films. In addition, the man is a successful businessman. He owns a restaurant and a hotel in the city of Carmel. By the way, Eastwood was the mayor of this town from 1986 to 1988. The actor's main hobbies are golf and transcendental meditation. The celebrity carefully monitors his health. His excellent condition can be judged by the latest photo. Unlike his characters, he does not smoke. In addition, he works out daily in the gym. At each filming site, Eastwood equips for classes a small area with simulators. The fact that the director is in great shape was also evidenced by a photo posted by Arnold Schwarzenegger in 2019. The picture captured Iron Arnie and the 89-year-old Eastwood while skiing in the mountains. Despite his screen image of a tough guy, in life Eastwood has a fear of insects. The actor is known for his conservatism. He prefers not to drive a premium car and the old Cadillac. Clint Eastwood now. In 2023, the artist continued his creative activity. In the spring, it was announced that Eastwood plans to start work on a new film. In the center of the plot of the crime thriller Juror No. 2, the dilemma facing the hero, who was appointed a juror. Details about the project is still kept secret, but the fact that Eastwood is now full of energy pleases fans of the celebrity.